A community garden movement, led by residents and local community members, flourished in Milan already at the beginning of the millennium. However, most groups occupying or using an abandoned space, or a green space neglected by the authorities, did not cooperate with each other. Most of them tried to come to individual agreements with the local authorities, in order to obtain some legal recognition, to avoid legal difficulties that would force them to dismantle their projects. In 2010, however, several groups such as I Giardini del Sole and Giant Bell Garden, that were among the first to create community gardens in the city, got together and started to share information, eventually establishing a network called Libere Reti Metropolitane. This network does not consider itself as a cohesive group, nor as a collective. Their idea was to create a network of many different community gardens, school gardens, guerrilla gardening groups, and others, to exchange practices, experiences, and collaborate. This network is plural, open, flexible, and a meeting space for grassroots and educational projects that collects very different experiences. The network enables community garden initiatives to support each other, share information, organize workshops and events, and advise citizens who want to create a community garden in Milan. Several community gardens were also created in Milan with the support of the network, such as I Sole Pepe Verde, I Giardini in Transito, Gruppo Verde, and Quarto in Transizione. The network gradually grew and established contact with the municipality of Milan. The city's council and the network reached an agreement on the management of the vacant green spaces of the municipal property called Giardini Condivisi, and in 2012, other community gardens were created including Cucina Albana, Paspavardi, Coltivando, and Ortofficina. Now, let's have a quick look at the network's objectives. The network remained active in matters of organized collective action that concern not only urban farming, but also urban planning. In 2012 the network opposed a municipal plan to build new buildings on the site of a community garden, and successfully mobilized associations and citizens by creating a new network of activists, with the cooperation of several local associations and cooperatives, to stop the building project. The network also organized campaigns on the environmental value of community gardens, and collected signatures to make changes to the local development plan, achieving the protection of community gardens. This example illustrates the importance of networking in developing new balances of power and interests in negotiations with political and administrative actors. Argo therapeutic program has created a social enterprise and an alternative urban farming program for addicted individuals in collaboration with Thessaloniki Psychiatric Hospital. This therapeutic urban farming program is aiming to educate healed addicts and prevent them from relapsing. It is really common that factors such as unemployment and social isolation play a key role for the relapse to occur, especially after the completion of the therapeutic program. In order to fill this gap, Argo created the social enterprise, giving the former addicts the opportunity to work in a group, to be supported financially and to reintegrate smoothly into society. The main objective is therefore, to offer equal employment and reintegration opportunities to former addicts. Social Enterprise Argo offers seminars and trainings, creating new knowledge and cultivating new skills to the participants. All participants have an equal role in decision-making, and are encouraged to create their own projects. In addition, the program also strengthens local communities, improves the quality of life of the participants and fosters local value chains. Argo's urban farm is managed by the social enterprise Argo, and the members of the therapeutic program are actively involved with the farm. The collective urban garden, Chant de Gaze, was founded in 2012, and the cultivation of the land started in 2013. Citizens and residents of the area, on a voluntary basis, are responsible for the management and operation of the garden. The garden has an area of approximately 480 square meters. There are several active gardeners who participate and collectively work in the garden, every week. The residents meet twice a month, and plan the management of the garden. Communication through email and digital media is quite frequent among gardeners. All participants have established and agreed on specific management rules. The cultivation of the garden is organic, and no chemical fertilizers or pesticides are used. The collective urban garden space is divided into collective and semi-collective plots. The collective plots are managed by the whole collective, while the semi-collective plots are managed by small groups of neighbors, friends or families. About 70% of the space is dedicated to the production of food, and 30% to the development of convivial gatherings, pedagogical activities, meetings and celebrations. The collective garden is characterized by the principles of democracy, ecology, sustainability, as well as social solidarity and justice. Spriaka is a community garden, created in 2011, and still in operation today, in the heart of Berlin, on the banks of the Spree River. This garden was created with the collaboration of different local initiatives, and creative people in the neighborhood, focusing on civic engagement, environmental protection, and social justice. Spriak is a space open to everyone. In this community-based garden, residents cultivate vegetables, herbs and fruits. Moreover, the initiative is working in the expansion of the riverside path, preserving old buildings, such as the old boathouse and its terrace, and at the same time is giving open public access to the riverside. All projects in this community garden pursue interdisciplinary goals of educational work and sustainable urban development, in ecological, economic and social areas. Furthermore, together with other neighboring initiatives, they develop ideas for sustainable, cooperative and participatory urban development. Via Gandizio is a social housing complex in the north of Bologna, in Italy, hosting two different communities: advanced age Italians, mainly former migrants from southern Italy in the 60s, and current international immigrants from Africa and Asia. The difference of age and nationality created some conflicts and limited the relationships among the community. The community roof garden started in 2011, and it was the first urban farming roof garden in Bologna, and in Italy. The roof garden was designed and developed by the residents of Via Gandizio, the Association Biodiversity, and the University of Bologna. The main objective of this garden was to create a meeting point for the community, a place of social interaction through urban farming, where food production could bring together the neighbors, to exchange knowledge, culture, and experiences. The garden has an area of approximately 250 square meters. The residents cultivate leafy species, vegetable crops and herbs, using organic soil-based production in the container, floating hydroponic production in the container, and nutrient film technique in the pipe. Stadtacker is a community garden in Munich, developed in the Ackermannbogen neighborhood by the initiative of local residents, with the support of the municipality, which provided financial and infrastructure support. The main purpose of the residents' initiative is the promotion of local civic engagement for the public good, education, and the establishment of local facilities that promote networking. The planning of the garden started in 2011, however, the work was completed in 2017, when the municipality gave permission to use the land for the community garden. This project is characterized by intercultural openness and inclusion. The residents' initiative has established rules of use and cultivation for the garden, and participation is open to all with an annual fee of €50. The management of the garden, as well as the regulations, are discussed and decided by the participants together with the residents' initiative. Participating gardeners exchange knowledge and urban farming practices while developing relationships with each other. Working in the community garden gives gardeners the opportunity to learn, have fun, and get to know each other. The garden is not designed to produce economic benefits, but contributes to social cohesion, community building, and networking among residents. The health garden was constructed in Kristianstad, Sweden, between 2012 and 2014. The garden was created by the municipality, in close cooperation with resident organizations and NGOs. The main aim of the garden was to include people with special needs, and vulnerable groups, in a health preventive activity, and increase their well-being. Moreover, one of the goals of the project was to enhance the overall use and quality of the old city park. The health garden has an area with perennials, greenhouses, animals and an orangery. The gardeners use sustainable and organic methods of cultivation. Around 50 people are involved in organized activities in the garden, along with 150 supporters. People with special needs take part in the activities, as well as vulnerable groups such as refugees. A supporting NGO was also created to help the garden. The crops and fruits produced are for everyone in the municipality, and visitors can sample berries, fruits and vegetables. This place gives a unique opportunity for enhancing the well-being of the participants, as well as for socializing, social integration, and learning about gardening. In the city of Reggio Emilia, in Italy, the operational group Edible Park, created in 2016, an agroforestry-based farm that supplies fresh products to people from the city. The Pieri urban farm has an area of 1 hectare, and its main purpose is to provide high-quality food for the city's inhabitants, using a sustainable model, selling products directly to the consumers. At the same time, the products that are not sold are converted by social cooperatives into cooking broths and soups. A special brand for the broths and soups has been created, and is available in local shops, testing innovative short supply chain models. The farm operates with Pieri urban agroforestry practices while stimulating societal engagement in the farming activity, and reducing environmental impact. Organic vegetables are grown on the farm by local residents, disadvantaged workers, and people belonging to social cooperatives. The Edible Park is managed by a consortium of partners made by food and agricultural research centers, social cooperatives, small enterprises, and local residents. The farm is funded by the Regional Rural Development Plan of the municipality of Emilia-Romagna. The cultivated land belongs to the municipality, and has been granted for the needs of the farm.
Io vengo da una realtà contadina, di una famiglia contadina, sono entrata a lavorare in cooperativa ortolani subito dopo gli studi, mi trovo molto bene qui ed diciamo che è la mia casa, la seconda casa. La cooperativa Ortolani è una cooperativa storica, è nata nel 1905, prima era nella sede di Piazza Fontanesi in centro città, poi dagli anni 70 si è stabilita in questa nuova sede che è il mercato ortofrutticolo. Con il tempo si è chiuso il rapporto con il negozietto, ma si è aperta la strada della grande distribuzione e adesso il lavoro è quasi tutto con la grande distribuzione. Ci sono 34 soci che conferiscono in cooperativa. La cooperativa al giorno d'oggi tanti non la capiscono poi tanto. Per noi è invece riuscire a collocare al meglio il prodotto conferito dai soci e cercare di essere più remunerativi possibili per loro. Sono diventata il responsabile amministrativo e commerciale della cooperativa Ortolani. Da lì sono quella che tira i fili della cooperativa un pochino. Dopo è ovvio che ci si rapporta sempre e in ogni momento con il presidente, il vicepresidente, il consiglio di amministrazione, però diciamo che a livello commerciale e amministrativo sono io che decido un pochino come fare, poi dopo loro ovviamente vengono messi a conoscenza di tutto. È un posto che dà enormi soddisfazioni, che però bisogna essere portati a rapportarsi con clienti, fornitori, soci. Io sono disponibile in qualsiasi momento, quindi che sia a casa, che sia qui, che sia la sera, che sia la domenica, che sia la festa, il mio telefono suona sempre. Noi siamo entrati in questo progetto, siamo stati invitati dal CRPA a partecipare a questo progetto ed effettivamente noi è un progetto in cui crediamo. Dopo aver fatto alcune panel test con le ragazze del CRPA, abbiamo messo insieme la produzione delle loro zuppe, le zucche, le zucchine, tutte le cose che noi utilizziamo per preparare le zuppe che cerchiamo di pubblicizzare e commercializzare. Prodotti là, confezionati qua e li trova nella grande distribuzione. Dovrebbe tornare in tutte le zone periurbane, perché è un punto di aggregazione della gente, la gente ci crede, la gente fa l'orticello, però a volte la ristrettezza del terreno oppure il farlo a casa, non sempre la disponibilità di avere i prodotti per le piantine, ma anche forse la disponibilità finanziaria di creare un orto. Lì invece secondo me si può proprio creare una cosa di coinvolgimento in cui tutti possono essere operatori di questa filiera. La gente deve andarci proprio come un parco, non come un orto, ma come un parco, deve essere vissuto così. In Coop Ortolani siamo 4 donne, sono sempre state all'interno della cooperativa Ortolani, diciamo operativamente all'interno, più le donne degli uomini, mentre invece i soci sono tutti uomini, diciamo. Quindi diventa un po' difficile a volte rapportarsi con loro, non tanto per chi lavora e confezioni i prodotti che vengono collocati, ma quanto per noi dell'ufficio che siamo 2 donne e quindi confrontarci con loro. A volte gli uomini sono un pochino restii a essere comandati da noi, però poi i risultati sono positivi, di conseguenza accettano anche di essere comandati. Quando io alzo un po' la voce, tutti insomma brontolano un po', però dopo sanno che se mi altero un pochino può esserci qualche problema.
Good practice urban farming in Pisa is about the municipal authorities' efforts to support citizens and citizen initiatives and improve their access to community urban farming. This practice concerns the allocation of small plots of land initially intended as green areas, and their transformation into gardens, within the urban perimeter of the city, to families who tend to be economically deprived. The good practice of creating community gardens combines ensuring eco-sustainability and community self-sufficiency through community involvement in the production of organic vegetables, fruits, and herbs. At the same time, emphasis is placed on urban agriculture as a community approach, increasing family income for families in need, as well as the social cohesion of the community. The municipality of Pisa supports and funds this urban farming project.